what's up, guys? Normally, Throwback Thursday tends to do with Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1. But today I want to do something a little different, because I hopped on Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1 today, and I just wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't, in the mood to play Call of Duty in general. I wasn't in the mood to just start yelling over the fucking bullshit that happens. So I put in Doom. And Doom was one of those games that I grew up with. Doom was actually my first-person shooter on the PC. My brothers were big into Doom. We played Doom 1, Doom 2, the ultimate Doom. We had Doom for Nintendo 64. It was just, we were so high up on Doom. It is a great game. It's one of the best games of all time. And supposedly they're making another one. Doom 4 should be in production for Xbox One and PS4. So I gotta see how they're gonna go about that. But we were into all those games. I mean, we loved Quake, Quake 1, Quake 2. It's just, when you think back to gaming as a child, you have GoldenEye, you have Chrono Trigger, Zelda, Metroid, Metal Gear Solid, Mario Kart, Final Fantasy VII, everything. All those games just bring back unbelievable memories. And one game a lot of people don't remember is the Super Mario RPG for Super Nintendo. One of the best RPGs ever made. If I could find that again, I'd love to do a Let's Play on that. That was such a good time. But like I said, I figured I'd do something a little different. And normally, I tend to do sit-down personal commentary once a month and talk to you guys. And I'm just going to go on about a few things that have just been, bothering me for the last month. It's nothing to do with what I talked about last month financially, but, I'll get into that a little bit into this commentary. But I want to start off with my grandfather. And you guys know, from being subscribed here, that my grandfather is, going through Alzheimer's. And it's not a good situation right now. He was doing so well. If you guys remember, I talked about my grandmother putting him in some kind of psychiatric hospital. A hospital for mental patients. A hospital for people who are really, really crazy. And he didn't belong there, but he spent 3 weeks there. And the one thing that we got out of that 3-week visit was that the people there administered him the right medication. As soon as we took him home, he was doing so well. So well. He was sleeping, he was eating like a madman, and he looked good. He looked full in the face. He was gaining weight. The only thing we had to worry about was him, being forgetful. But now, the last, I'd say, a little bit more than a month, things seem to be going downhill again. And it's down to the point now where my grandmother has already made the call to take him away for 2 days out of the week, to go bring him to a nursing home that's literally 3 blocks from my grandmother's apartment. The bus is going to pick him up, and the bus is going to drop him off. He's going to be spending social time with people he doesn't know. And my grandfather is not a sociable guy, especially now. He never was when he was young, but now, especially that he's sick, he's not a sociable guy. He can barely remember anything. Yesterday, for the last couple of months, he's been forgetting who my grandmother was. Where's my wife? Where's my wife? Grandpa, she's sitting right in front of you. That's my grandmother. That's your wife. She didn't go anywhere. And he's getting really, really thin. He's not eating. And we went shopping yesterday, and my Aunt Teresa babysat him. We went to the supermarket, and we told him that we were going to be gone for about 2 hours. My grandmother needed to do a big food shopping. My mom wanted to get stuff for 4th of July, so we stayed out for a couple hours. As soon as we got back, he was flipping out. I called everybody. I was worried sick about you. He's like holding her hand, trying to, kiss her all over. I was so concerned. That's the forgetful part, and that's the stuff we have to deal with. But my Aunt Teresa, funny thing is, was sitting there the entire time. you think that she would have, you know, the common sense to realize that we're shopping and that, you know, tell him to calm down and relax. They'll be home. We just went shopping. But my Aunt Teresa is going through the same thing that my grandfather's going through. Maybe even worse. She's a little bit over 60. I don't know exact her age. You know, 62, 63. She's suffering from Alzheimer's as well. Or dementia. I don't know if there's a difference between the two. But he has Alzheimer's and she is on the same path as him. And she's young. 60 is young. There's no way you should be with that disease at 60 years old. And this is the stuff that bothers me, because never have I had to deal with, you know, family members going through this kind of situation. You know, never have I been to a funeral. Never have I had anyone in my family pass away besides my dad's mother, who passed away a little bit over 50 years old. You know, and I was too young to even realize that, but I knew what happened. I was in 6th grade when, you know, we got the call that she passed away in the hospital. But my Aunt Teresa is, you know, at this rate, she's not going to make it to 70. She's just not. And my grandfather, I keep telling my mom, you know, Mom, this is not a good situation right now with the family. There's just so much shit going on, and nobody's doing anything about it. You know, I doubt my grandfather's going to make it to the end of the year. That's what I keep telling her. And I honestly believe that, even though I don't want to be saying those words. The way he's going right now, the way he's not eating, the way he's losing weight, I don't see him, you know, being here after 2013. And that's sad to say. He's like the shell of a former self. You know, this is not the grandfather I know. And I was so happy he was doing so well, and now he's not. Now he's not. And my grandmother is already making plans to put him away for 2 days. That's going to eventually lead to a full-time stay at the nursing home. Because she don't want to live the rest of her days taking care of somebody. She wants to go out. She wants to go gamble. She wants to enjoy the rest of her life here on Earth. And my Aunt Teresa, nobody's taking care of my Aunt Teresa. I don't see my Aunt Teresa making it to 70, to be honest with you. I just don't. But that's one thing that's been bothering me. The other thing that's been bothering me is my mother, you know, told me that the family dog is blind. You know, he's got a very generic name, Spike. But he's a miniature Doberman Pinscher. 14 years old. The fucking cutest thing you can ever fucking lay your eyes on. Such a innocent fucking little hound. You know? He's got diabetes, and he's been diagnosed with diabetes. I didn't even think he was going to make it, you know, earlier this year. They sent him to the vet for a week, and, you know, the vet somehow miraculously worked wonders on him. But he's been diagnosed with diabetes, and he's now fully blind. And the reason he's blind is because the insulin that, you know, my mother is administering him, you know, took his sight. And I don't really want to deal with this either, you know. My mother's going to be a wreck. That's my dad's best friend. That's the family dog for 14 years. If anything happens to the dog, you know, I don't even know. I don't even want to know the state of my family after that. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what they're going to do with him. You know, he had a little incident where he fell down a flight of steps. Or potentially fell down half a flight of steps because he can't see. My mom let him out in the backyard to go sniff around and run around. And, you know, one false move and he was hurt. He busted his leg, and he's alright now, but it could have been a lot worse. So they had to put gates all around, you know, the staircases outside leading to the basement around my mom's house. It just sucks. They had to, you know, fully fence off the backyard. They had to do something with it, I don't know, but, you know, they don't need him wandering off. It's just a shitty situation. I don't really know how else to describe it, but, you know, I love animals, and of course I don't want to see him suffer. I don't want to see him suffer at all. It's just, all this is just building up one on top of another, and, you know, I'm going through my own shit too. You know, I'm not even fully recovered from what happened to me with my old job being unemployed. I'm still feeling the effects of that now, and I make commentaries on that as well. You know? I don't enjoy my job anymore. I don't enjoy where I work anymore. I was fully excited, and I'm fully fortunate and grateful that I have a job to go to 5 days a week and take home a paycheck. But I feel like a fucking loser when I come home from work. And this is why I'm so lucky to have you guys listening to me, because if I really didn't have you guys listening to me, I would really have nobody. You know, my friends are off doing their own thing. You know, nobody calls me anymore. And I'm not the one to call anybody to go hang out. Listen, if you want to hang out with me, you call me. You know where I am. I'm the easiest fucking guy to find. I work 40 hours a week. I come home. I do my thing here. If you want to go out, you let me know. We go grab a few drinks. But I don't hear from anybody. They're off doing their own thing, meeting new friends. And listen, you know, if there's no room for me in your life, I really don't give a fuck. This is why I stay home and I do this. You know, yeah, people want to turn around and make fun of me. That's okay. But I'm not really happy where I'm working anymore, and they cut 5 hours from my paycheck. It's now a minimal 40 hours a week. I was making decent money for overtime because they didn't have anybody. They just hired somebody else, you know, which is going to cut away from the hours that I'm going to be getting, or that I should be getting. And everybody wants to know why I comment to everybody replying to my videos. It's because I sit around all day and I don't have anything to do. You know, I'm on Twitter all day long. If I could get paid what I normally take home from my job to sit at home and do YouTube all day, I would not be working. But like I said, I'm very fortunate to have you guys because I don't really have anything else. You know, you guys listen to me, you comment, you watch my videos, and you support me. What else do I really have to do? If I didn't have any of this, I'd be at the bar right now, drinking a Guinness, midday, for the 4th of July. And I'm being honest with you. That's what I did back in the day. You know? I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore because it's not healthy. But, like I said, I'm just being honest with you. But my buddy Federico called me, and I used to work with him at my old job. He told me that my old boss, you know, who hired me and pretty much promoted me at my old job, now works at the Rolex boutique on 5th Avenue and 54th Street. It's the one job I wanted, the one job that was taken from me, the one job I did not get. He asked about me, and he asked where I was and what I was doing. And he told my buddy Federico the reason why they didn't hire me is because they didn't know how business was going to be run. They didn't know what kind of money they were going to make at that location. Now, the yearly earnings are in, and the store made over $30 million for the year, in its first year. He told me, go say hello to him, go reintroduce yourself, go catch up, you know, and then go back and see him in January and give him your resume, because they will probably be hiring. And the money that I want to be making can be made there. That's all I care about now, is making money. I know how to sell a Rolex. I know how to sell watches. That's what I've been doing for the last 4 years. Luxury watches. Someone comes in, $40,000 watch, boom. Makes you feel good to put a $40,000 watch on somebody's wrist, even though you know you can't afford it. Never. And probably will never. You know? But he also told me that he knows other people in high places for another boutique around the corner. And he told me that he could set me up with an interview, which hopefully happens within the next couple of weeks. I would love nothing more than to get out of my job right now and feel good about myself after a long day. Because the hours I'm working now, I don't feel good. I just don't. It just sucks to be me going to work. There's nobody coming in. Nobody. And I feel like a loser. That's why I'm on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube all day. Because I have nothing else better to do. But those are the things that have been bothering me, guys. I mean, I'm fortunate to be happy and healthy, you know, personally. But other facets of my life, they're just, you know, you just sit around and think about them, and, you know, it just makes you upset. Especially with, you know, my grandfather and now my Aunt Teresa, and then my mom's dog. It's, you know, it's not gonna end good. And I don't want to see the ending. That's the thing. I don't want to see the ending, because I know what's coming. But I mean, usually I do these kind of commentaries for you guys just to sit down and talk, because I've been home all day by myself. I'm probably gonna go to the store and buy a 6-pack of beer and just relax. And you know, it's the last couple of nights I just wanted to cry, you know. And it's sometimes I'm just not happy with myself and the things that are going on, and you know, I just need a way to escape. You know, that's why I do these things, because I don't really got anybody else to talk to. But yeah, this is nearing the end of the commentary, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the background. It's something a little different. You know, I'll be back doing, you know, probably Modern Warfare 3 next week. You know, get back on the usual routine for Throwback Thursday. But before I end, guys, I just want to say I love every one of you guys listening to me. You guys get me through my day. You know, you guys support me. You support this channel. And you've made this channel single-handedly grow from 0 to 4,000 subs. I'm almost at 4,000 because of you guys. And I love every one of you guys. If you guys are celebrating the 4th of July, be happy, be safe, enjoy your time with your families. Have a beer for me. I'll certainly be toasting every one of you guys listening to me. And I'll be back with, you know, The Last of Us and Prestige Master coming up, Name and Shame #2, all coming up this week, guys. So enjoy the holiday. Be safe. Thank you for listening if you made it this far. And I'll definitely talk to you all soon. Take care.